What's up, YouTube? This is Ultimate Shield 340 back at again with another Destiny 2 video. So, in this video, it is the end of my Riven's Coil sort of walkthrough showcase that I kind of was talking to you all about earlier before. This is the last time that I am here at the vendor. This is our fourth path, and whenever we beat the third path, you get a choice between different kinds of treasure chests. So you either, it'll have an icon above, and you either essentially will get a choice between either armor or weapons, and whatever you pick is what you'll get. Since this is the last run, that'll be the last time we actually go to Riven in this walkthrough. One thing I would recommend is you spend everything that you have here, unlike what I did. Again, this is my first time. Actually, this is the furthest I've gotten since playing the Riven's Coil. So I actually wasn't aware that this was going to be the last kind of go through. So if you're ever on the fourth path, there's no point in you holding on to all the things that you bought, all the points and stuff that you have, the wishing glasses that you have here at this point. Might as well just spend it all. If you're running low on revives, I definitely would, and you don't have any other buffs that you really want to get, I would, buy whatever buffs that you want to get, and then spend everything else on revives, because after you beat the last path here, not only is it going to be wasteful, like all the things that you had is going to be gone, but then also, I mean, you might as well just use it to improve your odds and improve your chances of being able to be successful. So this is the last part right here. This is the start of the last path, so just be careful. Those little holes in the grounds are the traps. You will fall through and get killed immediately if you get hit by those, so avoid those at all costs. Again, hit the plates as we have been talking about before, and then you'll come over here to the treasure chest over here, where you will go ahead and pick up your loot. Again, make sure to again, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, the rigged treasure chests, you cannot even loot those, so don't even try it. Don't even risk getting killed. So just be careful. Right now I'm just kind of clearing out my inventory right now, before we go into the next part, so I can just pick up whatever that we have left, and then we'll go into the next area. Alright, so we get into the next area, and we have to fight a bunch of these Vex and everything. We have to kill all these ads and get to the next area. In this particular thing, the sort of the flavor of this path is, again, you have to kill certain ads to get the arcane launcher, I guess is arc launcher, I guess is kind of what I had called it before. And then there's priority targets, of course, you have to kill. They are going to be marked with those gray diamonds that you see before. And once you kill those guys, more ads will spawn, and you'll be able to continue to proceed forward. And the the mini boss of this area will go ahead and drop once you kill enough of these ads. Now, one thing I will mention here, again, every time you get further and further into the coil, the combatants' power level will raise. So they are now here, I believe this is our fourth time go around, so there are 20 above us, I believe. I think that's correct, here at this point, so they're really hitting hard. So just be careful. Don't do what I did. As you can see, we're kind of dying a lot now here at this point, because the bosses are, the enemies are so tough. But also, I don't like the wyvern kind of guys that you see us fighting here before. They're actually really tough, and I don't know, like, I can fight these guys, but I don't really have a reliable way of doing it if I'm like sort of out in the open that way, beyond just sidestepping the blast that you kind of see coming up like that. But if you're being attacked from all sides, it's not really a viable option, especially if you're kind of stuck out there. So just try and do your best, use cover, kind of like what I'm trying to do, peek back and forth, use your abilities as you can see fit to help you hopefully win the day. So again, above all else, don't be a hero. Don't die trying to revive your teammates and stuff like that. Although I almost died myself, don't do what I did. Just make sure that you're protecting yourself at all costs, because it's better for you to just wait for your teammates to be able to revive themselves rather than you put yourself out in danger and getting yourself killed or your teammates killed, and you needlessly wasting out revives. Another thing that we talk about, or that I've been trying to talk to you about, is like some strategies and tips and tricks. Once the next wave sort of spawns, I actually think it's a good idea to kind of stay up here. Not only are you sort of protected from a lot of the danger, but you can kind of shoot down on the enemies. Having the high ground is a good part for you here. And then once enough of those ads are killed, the mini boss guy will kind of spawn down here at the bottom down here, as you can kind of see. So as my teammates are sort of dealing with the ads, I decided I wanted to kind of DPS the boss here, kind of make our lives a little bit easier. Unfortunately, I'm not in the best spot to go ahead and attack him, but it's good enough for right now, so we were able to go ahead and mow him down. Meanwhile, some of my teammates are dying. Even though you do defeat the boss, it does not look like the ads will despawn, so just make sure that even if you kill the boss, make sure that you are still killing the rest of the ads that are still there. So again, remember, don't be a hero. I'm out here. It looks like I can safely revive my teammates, so I kind of come down here, start the DPS on the ads, as you can see down here, and then we go into sort of the next part of this. Alright, so as you can see, just be careful. This first jump is actually very tough for me. I actually made it through without dying for once, so that's nice. But the same thing you did in the first area, you're going to do in this next one as well. Make sure you kill the ads, hit the plates, make sure that you are collecting the jars and stuff down there, and making sure that you're protecting yourself and not dying. And just watch your back, because enemies will kind of spawn in randomly. So if you can safely do so, kill it, and then pick up any of the lingering parts that you can see, the clear shards and stuff like that, as you can see. And I'm kind of doing the same thing. At the very last part, I just saw that was actually rigged, so I decided to turn kind of away and make sure that I didn't get myself killed going over there. So we go down here to the secret kind of sort of area. I go ahead and pick up my stash, and then we kind of move on to the next area. Unfortunately, one of our teammates did die, and we're just gonna kind of do what we can. Alright, so we go into the last area here. Make sure you rally, and then the same kind of rules apply as before. As you notice that the boss has a immune shield, you want to go ahead and kill the ads so that the particular ad will drop the arc cannons, and then you damage the boss to eat away at the impenetrable shield. And once the shield is down, then you go ahead and you are able to DPS the boss. Rinse and repeat until you actually beat it. So again, one thing that I wanted to point out here is that it's probably to your best interest to go ahead and if you ever find yourself like I did right here, being rushed by an ad, it's best for you to just drop it, the arc cannon, and then just kill the ad so that you can continue to DPS the boss. It does not do you any good to eat away at the shield if you're gonna die. So if you are worried about it, make sure you just drop it, because these ads are just gonna spawn indefinitely until the boss is defeated. So it's okay if you drop it for right now. As far as I am aware, they won't disappear, but pick it up, make sure that you aim at the boss, try and use the cover like I'm trying to do here, kind of go around in circle so that you don't get killed, and just try and do your best to revive your allies. These guys are gonna really hit a lot, like really hard here at this point. And just make sure that you're trying to do all you can to pick up your teammates as best as you can, and make sure that you all are able to sort of win the day. So, again, if you don't really know what to do, or if you're not in a good position, make sure that you're, protecting your allies, as you see me doing here. They're chasing my ally, but, I'm kind of watching out for him, and he's watching out for me. And, just making sure that we're trying to DPS the boss as best you can. If you're in a situation like I am too, you can kind of zigzag between the boss's abilities, as you see me doing there. Now that we have the shield down, go ahead and DPS the boss as best as you can. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Now, if you ever have a roaming super like I do, like you see me doing now, make sure you do your damage and get out of there. Make sure that you sort of back off so that you're in a better position to protect yourself once the super ends. Don't just keep attacking and attacking and attacking until, you run out of super, because then essentially you'll be standing in front of the boss without the extra added resistance that you get from your subclass super. Even though I did have my overshield down there, I did still get decimated by the boss. Again, just make sure that you're, trying to make good decisions and protecting yourself. Although it was a good idea I had the overshield, it was best if I probably, repositioned myself into a better situation so I didn't get killed. But no worries. We were lucky enough where we were not dying earlier in the run, as you see in my previous video that I have already posted. But, we have plenty of revives, so we have a lot to sort of work with while we're here. Again, this is the last, there's only 4 paths as far as I'm aware of. And since this is the last one, we have plenty of revives to spare, and we're in pretty good shape with the boss, like roughly at, 2/3 of its health here at this point. So if you're not able to kill the boss, same thing as before, the boss will get a shield back, and you will have to DPS the ads as you have been doing down before, and breaking the boss's shields, and then finally getting the, killing the boss for the win. Once you do all of that, I'll kind of add some commentary to explain a few things that I was not aware of before I got there toward the end, but you'll see what I'm talking about whenever we get there. So, I am going to just continue to DPS this, and then kind of talk to you all about a few other things that I had been thinking about as well. So, while the gameplay is going on in the background, I kind of wanted to get your thoughts about your thoughts on the stasis changes at this point. I mentioned in a previous video I was a bit disappointed at the state of stasis and their changes. I had kind of expected a full stasis 3.0 rework. Although I kind of did that to myself. As far as I am aware, Bungie never actually said that they were going to do a full out rework at the very beginning, but it was something sort of like the idea was there, that there would be some change to stasis. I just assumed it would be a full like stasis 3.0. So that was my mistake by kind of getting my hopes up sort of in the wrong way. Meanwhile, the stasis changes that they did make, while I think those changes are great to begin with, but I definitely think that stasis still has quite a ways to go to bring it up to the same level of prominence as the other subclasses. In particular, I would like to see a change to how the the harvest aspects are done. I think Bungie did say that they were going to take a look at that, and what I mean specifically by that is that every stasis subclass in the game has what they call a harvest aspect, which is you do something, you do A, B, or C, and you get stasis shards, which will then help you to fuel your builds. Because I primarily play stasis Titan, I primarily am a Titan main. The harvest is tectonic harvest for us, where you have to shatter stasis crystals in order for stasis shards to drop. And personally, I think that I don't like that mechanic for the behemoth personally, because the crystals can be very obstructive. And I wish there was a way for you to, if that's not the kind of playstyle you want to play, I wish there was maybe a change in, maybe the fragments, where instead of you having to create a aspect grab an aspect like Tectonic Harvest to create that, you can actually pick up a fragment to do the same thing, which is exactly how the other subclasses work. So for instance, like I believe there is a I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it's in Solar where if you kill a Scorch enemy, it'll drop a Fire Sprite, which is something that is a fragment that any of the other classes can pick up. It's not just like specific to Warlocks, Titans, or Hunters. It's an aspect anybody can pick up. I would like to see them do that same thing in Stasis for the rest of the subclasses there. And so that's, you know, I think this is a good start, but I would like to see more. But I'm excited for the new changes moving forward. As you can see, we did finally beat the boss. That was the end of it. I actually did not know where to go at the end of this because I was like, okay, well, what do I do now? Like, I'm kind of like looking around, and I didn't want to leave the place without collecting my loot. But essentially what you'll do is you'll jump through this portal, as you see in front of me. I'm just kind of standing there clueless, but you'll jump into that portal, and then you'll actually be able to pick up some loot. So don't be afraid. So as you will see here, you'll be able to pick up a lot of loot. Now, what I did not notice is that if you look at the treasure chest at the top, you'll notice that there's icons at the top. I was not paying attention to the icons. I was just collecting everything. Now, you want to pay attention and only collect the loot boxes that you're looking for. So as you see on the right hand side, there was a shotgun, and then on the left hand side, as you see, there's like gloves right there. So you get a chance to choose between you know, either a weapon of some kind or an armor piece of some kind, and then if you have enough layer keys, you should be able to pick up the rest of the keys. But as far as the armor or weapon is concerned, as far as I'm aware of how the mechanic works, you're only able to pick up one of those. So that's Riven's Lair in a nutshell. Please let me know what you think. This is Ultimate Shield signing off, and I'll see you next time in Destiny 2. Peace.